is all that white stuff. Snowed last night or early this morning. Funny thing is, I was planning on mulching. It probably will melt because the sky's pretty blue over there. But my car is full of mulch. I got 10 bags of mulch. Walmart has a pretty good price on these, so yeah, I'll be unloading this, and maybe later we'll be able to show you putting it out in the garden. The plants I'm going to share with you can be sown in the fall or in the early spring for summer flowers. If you get them in the fall, they tend to bloom in the early spring, and if you get them into your garden beds in the early spring, they bloom in the early summer. And they're really good for providing that early colors and food for the pollinating insects.
Key ingredient, oh yeah. We're taking a break from gardening. That's the thing, saw in the background. If you guys like our family and you want to see more of us, my dad actually has a YouTube channel too. It's called Rabbit Squirrels Outdoors, so go check it out. It's really awesome.
This is sod from the backyard, and we're going to patch in this hole. So what you need to do is make sure you don't have your sod cut very long, like amount of time wise. You want to transplant it. Spring's a good time for these types of projects because the roots in the grass need time to establish before winter. So if you put it in the early spring, you get lots of rain from April showers, and then it has time to establish roots. You can do it at other times, but if you're doing it with a homemade piece of grass and not a piece of sod, I'd recommend doing it in the early spring. So we're gonna take these pieces out and replace them and make sure we got enough dirt. Make sure too that you don't have bugs or some kind of infestation going on with that's the wrong piece, with your dirt, because sometimes there are other animals that can kill grass and not just the environmental stuff. This is from when my girls cleaned out their car. They dumped out the water waste from the back of the cleaner and the lawn, and it ruined the spot pretty good. Then we drove the trailer over it. So it's not been very nice to it. You want to firm it in so that the roots make contact with the ground below. Took a foot out. So it looks a little rough right now. I went in and firmed everything in, but we're gonna water it. Pretty saturated, so it's kind of soggy. And then the weather's supposed to be wet tomorrow. So I'll probably come check on it from 2 days from now or so. early spring is a great time for perennial plants that come back year after year, and you can buy them in bare root, which means that the plant is mainly just the roots that are dormant during the winter season. They don't have the big plant stems or leaves on them. So things that you can get in bare root are roses, rose of Sharon, peonies, rudbeckia, hydrangeas, echinacea, clematis, and the cost of bare root plants is a fraction of what they would cost if they were potted plants that were starting to grow. And these bare root plants usually do well within the first 2 years, so I think it's well worth your time. Seeds that you could plant in early spring are snapdragons, bachelor buttons, also known as cornflowers, poppy seeds, sunflower seeds, asylum, calendula, and phlox. If you decide you want to sow these seeds indoors instead of putting them out in your garden bed, make sure that you harden them off before planting them. Even though hardy annuals are designed to withstand cold temperatures, indoor grown seeds must be hardened off before planting outside. How you do that is you begin bringing the trays outside for a few hours each day, and then you just gradually increase the time outside. And I usually always bring them in at night. And in early spring, there's some pretty cold nights, but eventually they should be able to spend the night unprotected.